We are continuing the lesson of story of microorganisms. The topic is about the plant diseases. Okay, so the plants get so many diseases through the microorganisms, like number one, citrus canker, which is caused to the lemon. So citrus canker, first we note down the name of the diseases. Citrus canker, red rot, ticca disease, tobacco mosaic, smut disease. So these are the diseases that are caused to the plants either by fungi, insects or by the bacteria. So what are they? So citrus canker is a bacterial disease that affects lemon. Okay children, so it's a bacteria is Xanthomonas citri. It transmits through the air and transmits and affects the plants. Mostly all the citrus plants are affected with this citrus canker, in which the leaves and the fruit turns blackish spots over them. Okay, it's an indication for the plant that it is attacked with the disease. Next, red rot of sugarcane. Sugarcane stem part, if you see and cut in the between, you can see the red colored part of the over the stem. So it is due to the fungal infection of the stem that through the air or during the seedlings itself, that is the sapling of the plant, affects through the disease. It's transmitted through the infected saplings or through the air it is being transmitted. So it's the mode of transmission is through like this. It's a fungal infection. Okay, the red rot is a fungal infection of the sugarcane plant. Next, ticca disease is that of the groundnut. It affects the groundnuts, the main root part. It is the affected through groundnuts through air or seeds. It's a fungal infection. It attacks the seed part of the groundnut plant and also through the air, or its mode of transmission is through infected seeds or through the seeds from the underground. It is transmitted from one seed to the infected seed to the other also, and through air also it may be transmitted. And next, tobacco mosaic. It's a disease that is occurred to the tobacco crop through, it is a viral attack. Tobacco mosaic virus we have studied in the previous microorganisms part 1 lesson also. We have studied about this, isn't it? So it's a virus. So it's affected through the insects. Okay, mode of transmission is through the insects to the crops. The green leaves all being eaten up by the insects through the attack of this virus, and all the leaves get spoiled soon. Next, smut disease. It's a disease caused to the paddy crop. Okay, so it's a fungal disease that attacks the paddy crop through the air. The mode of transmission is through the air. I told you the mode of transmission is the vector that transmits the disease, the causative microorganism into the plant or a living organism which causes the disease, which is the cause of the disease. So the causative organism is a microorganism that is transmitted by another vector to the living organism. It may be the plant or the animal through which any disease is being caused by a microorganism. Hope you have understood about the plant diseases. Okay children, so this is some different types of diseases that we see in the plants. Okay, these diseases are being known by observation through the leaves, seeds, and also the color of the fruit that appeared over it, and before it itself, the stem, everything is being observed, and the farmers take necessary precautions by using the pesticides or insecticides or required manure at the particular stage. All these things you are going to learn in the agriculture part of the lesson in the coming soon for you. Okay, next we'll move to the action of microorganisms in the why do we preserve the food. So why are we preserving the food? We preserve, you know it, food preservation is an important topic in the nutrition part of our biology, isn't it? Yes, why do we preserve the food? We preserve food to use it in need, isn't it? For a long period, if you want to safeguard the food for a longer period, we preserve the food. There are several techniques that you have learned in 6th standard about preservation of the food items, isn't it? So normally the cooked food spoils soon when compared to the raw food because of the moisture present in it. Okay, so we have to preserve the food. How? There are several methods in preservation of the food. And why does the food get spoiled? So if you what happens if the spoiled food we eat? So these are the several questions that arises in our body. How to preserve the food, why to preserve the food, what happens if you do not preserve the food, what are the diseases that are caused if you eat such type of stale food. And so these are the questions that arise and the answers to be known by us. Okay children, now we see about the food preservation. Food preservation. Food preservation mainly involves the following steps, children. So one is, you have already, first we'll know what are the different steps for the food preservation, and later we'll move to the why do we preserve the food, because you know already this topic. So I am dealing that topic, and later we'll go to the unknown topic. Okay, so food preservation is you know that you preserve the food at homes by the Janata fridge. At first we say the Janata fridge, earthen pot, isn't it? So earthen pot or the refrigerator we use to store food for some time, but it's only for short period, isn't it? Only for short period. Here what is the technique we are using in this? Cooling technique, isn't it? So at cold temperature, the temperature is being reduced. Temperature is being reduced, at which the microorganisms cannot grow at that point. So we know that the microorganisms do not grow at very least temperature and very high temperatures. So by this we can preserve some of the food items, not all, but some of the food items by using Janata fridge and refrigerator. Some of the foodstuffs that we use in refrigerator and also in the Janata fridge, that is fruits and vegetables, that's all. That's a poor man's fridge, we say it, isn't it? So next one is using salt and turmeric, or using only salt. Using salt and turmeric. So they are the antibiotic that is used. Turmeric acts as an antibiotic for the food, and it salt removes the water from the food items, and then when it is dried, all the water comes out, and when additional salt preserves the food for a longer period. So using salt and turmeric also we preserve some of the vegetables for a longer period. As you know, for the case of the mangoes, tamarind and all, they are preserved by using the fish also. They are preserved by using the salt, by adding salt, isn't it? Using salt. Okay, next coming to the pickling process. This is the main process where you preserve the food items like mangoes, amla, tomatoes, all these, tamarind. You know it, isn't it? They are being made into the form of pickles, and they are being preserved for a longer period without any fungal attack. So in this pickling technique you use oil. Oil is also one of the preservatives. Salt, turmeric, so chili powder. So these are the main ingredients that we use for preparing the pickles, which makes them to preserve for a longer period. Here also, so drying process is also used, where the moisture content is removed from it. So we can understand that due to the presence of moisture, the food gets spoiled soon. All the food items, in fact, they contain the moisture in them. If we remove the moisture from them, they can be preserved for a longer period. So that is one of the thing. And at higher temperature, as the pasteurization methods you have learned, I tell you again, I'll repeat again, what is pasteurization and why is it being created. Okay, preservation of milk and all, how it is being done, we'll see in the later part of the lesson now itself. Next, after pickling process, we have also learnt about the canning process, isn't it? Canning process, drying process, and whatever is it? Yes, sugar syrup, adding sugar syrup. Yes, adding sugar syrup. And also adding chemical preservatives. So what are the things that we are doing? These are the different techniques we are preservatives. Okay. So in canning technique, the different fruits and vegetables are being canned. Okay, mainly fruits. They are canned and exported from one place to the other place. In drying, so many seeds are dried, chilies are dried, and papad and all. You dry it and you prepare and you dry it in the sun. Mango, amchur. You prepare for, you dry it, isn't it? So these are all by drying. Fish also, by drying process it is being preserved. In the drying process the moisture is removed and preserved for the longer period. Adding sugar syrup, it is also one of the process of preservation of the food, or also sometimes honey is also added to preserve the fruits. And also in sugar syrup, we juices, fruit juices, we preserve the fruit juices in the sugar syrup and preserve them for a longer period. And chemical preservatives like citric acid and potassium metabisulfate are used to preserve the fruit juices, squashes, marmalades. These are prepared in the market that we get from the market. They add the chemical preservatives and so that they can be preserved for a longer period. So these are the different techniques we use for the preservation of the different food items. Okay children, now we move to some of the other techniques that we use, the preservative techniques that we use for the preserving the food for a longer period, and why do we preserve the food. Okay, so another one is pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique of heating technique that is used to preserve the milk for a longer period. Okay, pasteurization, it was invented or discovered by Louis Pasteur. I told you already about the Louis Pasteur. So he was a scientist. He was a French scientist before he was a painter. Later he has an interest to develop the subject to know about the mass physics and chemistry, and he made several researches. In one of his researches with the crystals, he found that the pasteurization, that is a heating process or the technique, kills the microorganisms. From his observation, so many of them in those periods the wine was being continuously spoiling in a short period, so they want to preserve this for the longer period. So they brought those people around him, they brought their doubt before him and kept their doubt before him, and he made several researches on this, and he said that he brought out the fermentation technique and heating technique and preservation of wine and all by using the microorganisms, how it can be preserved. Everything he has learnt, and he put forward about this processes. Okay children, now we'll see about this, how to preserve the wine for a longer period, and also the milk, how to preserve the milk for the longer period. Okay. Louis Pasteur. So Louis Pasteur, in the year 1822 he was born, and he know that he discovered pasteurization theory. So in his pasteurization theory, what did he do? He heated the milk to 70 degrees centigrade, and up to 72 degrees centigrade it was heated, and for 15 to 30 minutes it was heated and suddenly chilled, that means cooled to the temperature of 10 degrees centigrade and stored. So this helps to protect the milk from the microbes, because you know that spoilage is due to the microorganisms itself. Spoilage of foodstuff is due to the microorganisms. Okay, so these microorganisms can be killed at very high temperatures or very cool temperatures. They cannot withstand the very high and very cold temperatures. So at these temperatures, the milk, if it is boiled to very high temperatures, it can be prevented from the growth of the microbes, he thought, and he has experimented over it and proved that they can be killed at this temperature and it should be preserved at this. This is the pasteurization theory that is being followed now in the milk chilling centers also. Milk chilling centers. Okay children, so you also know about the microorganisms can be controlled by the heat now, isn't it? So he also worked out about the germ theory of diseases. What are the germ theory of diseases? That means the diseases are caused by the microorganisms. That was also proposed by Louis Pasteur, and he discovered several vaccines for anthrax, rabies that are caused in the dogs and also the cattle, and discovered these vaccines to cure these diseases. Okay children, next he also worked out with the problems that are arised in the silk industry, that the microbes are causing loss to the silk industry by growth by the diseases that are caused to the silk moth. So he worked out of this, and also he got out several control measures to prevent the microbes that are causing damage to the silk moth or killing the silk moth. So that is it's a work of the Louis Pasteur. Now we'll see children. So now you have learnt about the different Pasteur, that is preservation techniques in preserving the food materials, that is high temperatures or cold temperatures can also preserve the food materials. You know it now. Okay, so next class we'll proceed with the